Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final of the LA Sevens New Zealand taking on Argentina. Now, already we've seen in the Argentine national anthem, they look like they're in real good spirits, I should say, for this matchup. And I'm very excited for it because this game, we saw it as a final not too long ago. And in that one, Los Pumas were able to beat New Zealand on their own home soil. This matchup, though, New Zealand have been looking good throughout their matchups. They have both suffered a loss, though, New Zealand and Samoa. Hi, Dad, says Padza Blaze. I think we'll need a DNA test, Padza, because I think you're only 1 year younger than me, so I'm not too sure how that's happened, unfortunately. But looking through at the Argentina side, Santiago Alvarez, the first man in their lineup, Luciano Gonzalez, Rodrigo Isgro, Gaston Raval, Matthias Azadzuk, also Marcos Maneta, and then Palladini actually gets himself promoted into that starting lineup rather than Tobias Wade. Now, there is something to mention here, and that is the fact that it is raining. Now, it was raining a lot heavier yesterday at the LA Sevens, but the rain falling now means that maybe the ball could be a bit slipperier than it would have been otherwise, and that could really impact the way that these two sides play throughout this final. Argentina should get a Sevens League's thoughts. Why does North America get two tournaments and South America does not get one? It's a good point. Why not give Argentina one? And would you go Buenos Aires or would you go somewhere else in Argentina for a leg? And then you could also, depending on how Uruguay are going, they're no longer an invitational side. Why not head to Uruguay as well for another leg? See how that goes. Or maybe they'll just start with one, though. Maybe getting two legs in South America might be a bit ahead of ourselves just at this point. But we want to see the one, of course. But New Zealand, their starting lineup will be Sam Dixon, Dylan Collier, Amanaki Nicole, Joe Weber, Julio Rocalisoa, Leroy Carter, and Moses Leo as well. Go New Zealand, yes. And Emax Choi was here a little bit earlier on. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are also doing extremely well. That was Kevon Williams' child, I believe, who was actually running that ball out onto the field. Rugby in the rain is the best. Says Padza Blaze. I'll tell you what, you would love to watch some of the games from yesterday. Should be a cracking match. North America gets 3, I think. Says Hanoi. So they've got LA. They've got Vancouver. I know they've got Langford for the woman. Is that the other one that you're thinking of, Hanoi, or is there another one in the USA or Canada? I know they don't play in Mexico that I can think of anyway. I don't know if Mexico have a rugby sevens team. Anyway, the final just about underway. Sam Dixon receives the kickoff from Argentina. Wow, that's power, but it's illegal power, unfortunately, from Azadzuk. Quick tap taken by Leroy Carter. Sees some space opening up. Luciano Gonzalez able to cut him off on the halfway line currently for the Kiwis. Slapped out of the hand. It's actually going to be a knock-on against New Zealand. So they've played the arm rather than the hand, which does mean he's done very well, the Los Pumas player, because if he had got that slightly wrong, he could have ended up with a yellow card. I've seen them, says Padza. And also, this is best cricket from New Zealand, says Padza. And also, let's go, says Teahana. Anyone wondering about the cricket currently, New Zealand sitting on 363 for 5. Lead of 137 heading into the afternoon session of day 4. So they've actually managed to fight this test match back extremely well, which does mean we should get a chance to cover day 5 on the channel tomorrow. Now, Sam Dixon just saying he couldn't quite hear the calls from out wide. Leroy Carter doing well for himself to be able to get that turnover. Argentina have reached the final at the USA Sevens 5-time, the most of all locations. That one hasn't found touch from New Zealand. Be a crucial mistake. Luciano Gonzalez wrestled down by Julio Rocalisoa, who releases him straight away. Gaston Raval. Isgro, goes off to Palladini. Nice step. Leroy Carter gets him, though. Now Azadzuk trying to break through just outside of their own 22 here, Los Pumas. They need a few more extra meters before they start looking like they've got a real attacking chance, but this man can turn it around when they get it out wide. Marcos Maneta. He doesn't look like he's on the field, though. I haven't seen him as of yet. There he is. No, that's not him. That's Palladini. It's stolen by New Zealand. It was also in touch by the Kiwis, I believe. The foot was in touch. Have they actually got him in the starting lineup, Marcos Maneta? I'm looking through. I've seen Alvarez, I've seen Gonzalez, Isco, Ravol, Azutsuk, and also Palandini, but I haven't seen. Here he is, down the bottom. He's hiding. He's waiting for his opportunity to make the most of it. Time's been turned off. I think we will bet two end of day four and maybe give England a few overs before the end of the day and put into play or try and give us the win somehow. See, it's very risky because another side, yes, you'd give them a day. England, they'll go aggressive, so you can't afford to give them too much time. But you still got to try and give them enough time that they consider it. So it's probably the morning session of day five that England gets sent in and play a bit of baseball again. Now, Marcos Maneta passes off to Gaston Ravol. Palandini waiting for it on the outside. Alvarez now back to Luciano Gonzalez. Good leg drive, good strength from him. Keep low. Sam Dixon wins the turnover penalty. Currently a seesaw. Dixon asking whether or not the boys want it quick. They say yes. Collier goes to Joe Weber. Sling out pass now. Space for Moses Leo. He's got plenty of pace and he might possibly win the foot race. Or Marcos Maneta get him? He doesn't. And Moses Leo does score the first try of the match for New Zealand. Go New Zealand, says Viniana. And Argentina, how did Argentina get that, says Anoi. I'm assuming that was the one that went into touch. It must have been that the turnover from New Zealand and then the foot was just in touch. It also depends on how many runs we are ahead by the end of day 4 too. That is very true. That will be the other factor for that one. But yeah, I'm hoping to cover some of that test match tomorrow if you guys are keen to see it. I will end up probably having to get up relatively early, but I'd like to anyway, just because even though we've been up for a huge amount of the weekend and we've done plenty of live streams, I'd still like to be able to get up at a decent hour tomorrow just so that I've got my week back on track. Argentina, no creativity. Just run across field and slowly pass it, says Hanoi there. Now, Rockalisa, the kick was unsuccessful from New Zealand, but they still find themselves with a 5-0 lead. More New Zealand, more. Here's Viniana. They go straight into the hands of Rodrigo Isgro. Now, Revol to the left. Gonzalez fends. Runs it sideways again. So I can see what you mean by they are just kind of drifting across the field rather than going for those attacking runs. It's a tackle. They now have to release him. Azutsuk goes back to Gaston Ravol. This is better. Pinning the ears back. Rodrigo Isgro inside. Ball to Marcos Maneta, who gets around the tackle with Dixon. Landed on by Moses Leo. And they say there's a little knock on the ground from Maneta. His first touch of the day. He's disappointed with that one. And Argentina needs to get someone to run the cut and fix the New Zealand defence. And like the stream, says Janae, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. We are still going, believe it or not, after our busy weekend. I have no idea how my voice is still here, but it's getting croaky, but we still going. It starts at 11 a.m., so you'll be fine. Says Pads Ablaze. Yeah, as long as I get to bed at a decent hour tonight, it'll be fine. I'll probably end up going to sleep at about 8 p.m. just so that I'm not too early. Hello, mate. Welcome in. There's Pads Ablaze. Scrum opportunity for New Zealand, 40 metres out from their own line. The early try scored by Moses Leo. Other than that, no other points being scored throughout this match. Hydrate as well, says Janae. I snuck a little bit of a Powerade Zero before the match, but this one's empty. This one's the one from the other day. I need to have a tidy up. Yeah, plenty of water going to be required, I think. Rocalisoa puts the ball in. 90 seconds left of the first half. It was a strong scrum from New Zealand, actually forcing Argentina backwards. Now Leroy Carter has got pace. He's going to be running it in for the second try of the match for New Zealand. Argentina, don't get me wrong, this is not the start that they wanted, but they're not out of it. We've seen many times in the past that a team has been down by 10, 15 points even, and have been able to fire back. New Zealand looking sharper of the two teams so far, says Thomas. And the other big thing is possession. It's kind of become the word of the LA Sevens. If you've got your hands on the ball for longer than your opposition, about 99% of the time you're winning that game. Hey, Pizza Blaze, says Junaid in there as well. Oh, a little bit of a celebration. Leroy Carter. That seemed like a shovel. Is that him saying that he's put it to bed? Oh, what a kick that is. It's gone over. That sign says, I'm here for hot guys. Looks like a lot of players have signed it. 12 points to nil now for New Zealand. Few made it back just in time. And also, hello, how are you? Here's Beds Ablaze. Now, Korea Rocaliso, that's gone about 5 meters. So that will not go the 10. They'll be going back now to the halfway line where Argentina will get the option of a tap or a scrum. Best comeback in the final was 2016 in Paris, Samoa versus Fiji. Says Thomas Neal. Yeah, that's the thing. In a sevens game, you can be down by 26 and still win a game. And we've seen it multiple times. So you always have to be on your toes. Quick tap taken by Gaston Ravo. Now, once again, they will continue playing just a little bit after the halftime siren. Kicked him behind. This could be a full race. That is won by Alvarez. Kicks it on the inside, but New Zealand claim it. Dylan Collier. Well, Amanaki Nicole, in fact, going to end up shuffling here. Looking towards the touchline. Should have probably put the ball into touch. New Zealand, though, they want to keep on playing. This is interesting and a dangerous tactic for the Kiwis. If it works out, it will be successful. But if it doesn't, could have cost them. Now Leroy Carter down the wing. It's going to work for them. It'll be another try. Azaz Suk is yelling at the referee on the far side, saying that was a forward pass. Looked flat. They might have another look at it. And All Blacks taking this win. And the cup says Creeper Rains. And up at the video says Mark. And hey, did you change your name, Nov Mum? Hope you're well. Says Janae, she did indeed. To what Nov Mum actually stood for. I did learn. Back from my oncology appointment. Lots to take in. Says November Mum. You know, on the Discord, if you need anyone to talk to, we've always got our Discord open. Even though it says do not disturb at the moment, that was only because someone tried to ring us about 5 times during one of the last live streams. But yeah, we're always here if you want to message anyone. That kick is away to the left. It doesn't quite work out for the Kiwis at the end with that conversion, but it worked out very nicely in the first half. 17 points to nil at the moment for the All Blacks Sevens. Going into the second half, they're certainly going to need a step up from the Los Pumas side if they want any chance of getting back into it. Looking at their substitutes, though, it is going to be Hermain Schultz, Matteo Graziano, also Augustin Fraha, Tobias Wade, and Labayen in there as well. And had the Blaze calling the person who rung me an idiot. Well, that's the thing. All they would have had to do when I didn't answer the first time is go, oh, he might be live. I'll check his channel. And they were like, nah, he must just be ignoring me. I'll try again. Yes, I did, says Junaid. New Zealand chance their arm, and it paid off, says Thomas Neal. Yeah, imagine how different this halftime chat could have been if New Zealand had tried that. Argentina get the interception, and then this game at halftime sitting 12-7. They got lucky. They got to make sure that with that luck, they don't risk it too much in the second half. They've already got the 3-try lead. Almost just have to make sure they are just closing it out. And Doobie has said, I'm always hopeful. And yes, New Zealand get the revenge. Like we mentioned, anything can happen in a game of sevens. Playing a little bit of sweet Caroline at the ground. Bum, 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 indeed. Crowd, they've actually turned up pretty well for the second game. It seems like the rain, the second day, I should say. Rain doesn't seem to be affecting the play too much at the moment. That man dressed as the Pope is still loving it. Got quite an attire range at the Sevens. You've either got people, I guess, set up in their regular attire. You've also got the ones dressed up in their kits. Link to the Discord, please. One moment. We will go like this. Like this. I'm recently learning how to use the Discord. There we go. And this might be it, Junaid. Maybe. Composure and discipline will come, or we'll see New Zealand home. Nice run, though, from Rodrigo Isgro to start the second half for the Argentines. It's going to be a knock-on advantage. Azad Suk trying to get rid of Rocalisoa. Now, there's going to be Santiago Alvarez, a little bit too high in that tackle. Argentina say they want to slow it down. Game over, back-to-back cups wins for the All Blacks. Here's Creeper Rains. Do you think they'll be able to do it again next week? That is the big question. I just realized if you do join the server, I won't know because I've got it on Do Not Disturb. Milo DeCake. Are you Milo DeCake? Junaid? Maybe. Thank you, lads. When the Black Ferns playing, please. while it is halftime. So the next game for the Black Ferns is going to be next weekend. If you're talking about the Black Ferns Sevens, that is, it's going to be the women's round next alongside the men for next week. And I feel bad to say this as mod, but how do I link the Discord in the chat? Says Pads Ablaze. The easiest way to do it is on the Discord up in the top corner when it's in the server. There's a little tiny person with a plus. And yes, says Junaid. I see. The Discord server is one of those interesting ones that I've never really promoted it other than the first couple days that we got it. Yet somehow we keep on actually managing to gain members over on there. But on that, like, I'll pretty much just put the links to all the live streams that we do schedule as they are happening. And also alongside that, we just have a general chat about what's happening around the world. That's going to be a try for Argentina. I'll tell you what, if Argentina make a comeback here, we'll be talking about it on the Kiwi Lads Discord. Checking the grounding. 5 minutes left in this one. They just want to make sure that he got the ball down clean. Yeah, absolutely fine for Argentina. I think this may end up making the score now 17 points to 7. Yeah, slammed down nicely for Los Pumas. Should be an easy enough kick. And also, I think makes the match interesting, says Thomas. It does. Means that New Zealand cannot be sleeping in the second half. Although if they are as tired as me, there's a chance that one of them may fall asleep out there on the park. But Argentina looked like with that change of Tobias Wade, he did actually come off the bench rather than starting and already having an impact. So you wonder whether or not maybe one or two more changes might be made. I just seen a couple of memes I made for the 2 cents Discord, lol, says Junaid. And thanks a zillion, handsome Kiwi kid. Hurry up, New Zealand All Blacks, says Doobie. In there as well. Oh, I'm in one of them. They make a lot of sense. We also got to remember IT, is it? Does Tony know about those memes, Junaid? I feel like he would approve, wouldn't he? A nice step from Moses Leo. Amanaki Nicole goes back across to Dylan Collier. Now, it's going to be a Rockali Soa. Whoa, big shot on the halfway line. Big knock on from Joe Weber and Argentina. That's strategic from Sam Dixon. In fact, that's almost strategic enough to give him a yellow card, I would say. But he's going to get lucky because pretty much that ball dropped and he just booted it away so that Argentina had to go get it. Go Argentina, says Azanatha there. And if he's seen them on Discord, otherwise he does not, says Junaid there. I think you'd enjoy them. I like the screenshot of him in the bottom one. He just looks like he has finished like a 15-week bender. Don't tell him I said that. I probably currently look that way too, to be fair. Argentina have never won a cup final twice in one season. And they did win in Hamilton earlier on. Go Argentina, says Martin. A lot of support for Los Pumas at the moment. Rugby 02 is back. Welcome back. I don't know why it says break time. I don't know what the break time is because normally it would be halftime. Unless there's like bad weather, but there's not. It's only like a couple drizzle drops. Marcos Maneta now, though. Keeping an eye on him for this second half because he's going to make the impact. And here he comes. Marcos Maneta. Pace. Looks like Roderick Solo's trying to chase him down. The kick didn't quite go where Maneta was aiming. Going to be bumped off by Brady Rush. Also went a little bit high, so the advantage in favour of the New Zealanders. Now Amanaki Nicole. Wide cutout pass. Dylan Collier. Looks like Hermaine Schultz was saying to watch him out the back. It's going to be kicked downfield. Will it go into touch? It sure does. That's a good kick from New Zealand. I did rugby training. Haven't really been keeping up to date with sevens in a while. What happened to Fiji? There's Janae. So they ended up getting third in the end. So they missed out in their game up against, it was actually Argentina who beat them 20 points to 17. So a little bit unlucky. They had won every game up till then, but then that upset caused by Los Pumas. And currently they're trying to cause a second upset of the day if they are able to get the job done. But New Zealand, this 3 minutes is going to feel like a long time for the Kiwis because another try for Argentina could end up with this one being extremely close. Argentina wasted 25 seconds at kickoff versus Fiji in the second half, says Hanoi. And Argentina came from behind to beat Fiji in that match, says Thomas Neal. Very true, So they've got it in them to be able to do so. Maybe in this game, Hermaine Schultz with the draw and pass. It's going to be Fraha. He goes in Argentina. Los Pumas in again. Oh, this one's heating up. It's like my chips that I put in the air fryer because the Kiwi Lads diet, as you guys know, consists of Powerade Zero, chicken and rice, and bloody chips in an air fryer. That's gone wide. Beautiful work from Fraha. Getting around the outside. Sam Dixon misses the tackle, also smashes his face on the ground in the process. Like they said, might have taken a cleat to the face. As we call them over here, sprigs. Don't blink. By the way, Ethan Blackadder won't play for the Crusaders because his family are sick. Says Rugby O2. Well, hopefully his family are going to be all right. I know a lot of people want to see him back in that AB's kit by the end of the year. That is for sure. Well, close final now, says Hanoi. I think I could actually go without blinking for quite a long time. You ever find yourself randomly bored and you just go, right, I'm not going to blink, and you just see how long you can do it for? Or is that just a me thing? I feel like if you concentrated on something, so the screen here, I think I could go a while. I don't know if I will because then it will look like I'm crying, and I don't know whether or not I want you guys to have to witness that. Extra time, I'd take it. Why is it? Wait, hang on, what's going on? Am I behind on that? No, I'm live on the coverage. I think the scoreboard has taken some lines in between the two games, and it's just having a fun old time. Look how much stuff it's adding. How can it be extra time if it's 17 points to 12? That doesn't quite work. Normally, extra time's when the teams are even. Come on, New Zealand, says November Mum. I think the scoreboard's just got bored, and it's like, I didn't get to do much of this throughout the other game, so I'll just put it all on now. Yeah, I meant don't blink. Game might change, says Thomas Neal. I knew what you meant. I just know that I don't blink for quite a long time as well at times. Like how you got to remind yourself to blink, or if you think about blinking, you feel like you need to blink all the time, or you feel like you're doing it on purpose. Go Argentina, says Martin. Come on, Kiwi. So I think the referee is drunk. I don't think he's as drunk as the scoreboard, though. The scoreboard is having a right old ball of a time. Now, no Rohi. Maccabi Black going back across Lewis Ormond. There we go. It's worked it out. Although second half, we are a little bit further through. Still 50 seconds to go. Penalty goes the way of New Zealand. Right, slow it down. No, Regan Weir. That's not Regan Weir. That was actually the number 2, Brady Rush. I'm surprised New Zealand wanted to go quickly there, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense. Try and get that last-minute try. And the scoreboard guy's sick, says Asangi. And you are lucky you don't get dry ice, says Thomas. I think they'll be bloodshot at the moment. They don't come through on camera too much, but you can see a little bit of the bloodshot there from staring at a screen all weekend. And also Monday. It's now Monday here in New Zealand. Roderick Solo now, 15 seconds left, breaks through, inside ball to Joe Weber. Another offload, gone over the top. Got lucky because Brady Rush has picked that ball up, and New Zealand will run in the last try of the contest. That was close to an interception. Why does the time say 8? I think the scoreboard has forgotten. Oh, no, now it says 14. They're doing well. And All Black Sevens are trying to be too fancy, and it is not working. So annoying. Play the game by keeping it KISS. Theory has worked in the past. I remember that good old saying. Keep it simple, stupid, isn't it? That's what KISS stands for. That's what our teachers told us. So I guess in a way, the teachers just called us stupid. And yes, the revenge, says November Mum. And it's 22 now for the All Black Sevens. And that is the end of the game. New Zealand take out the gold in LA. Silver will go to Argentina. And the bronze has gone the way of the Fijians. So we've had quite the entertaining LA Sevens, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen some games go to extra time. In fact, just the one Samoa versus the Great British side. That was an entertaining game. And this whole competition's just made me more hyped for next week when we will get to see both the men and the women in action. I'll quickly go like this. And I want to quickly see exactly the calendar for when it is going to be starting and whether it's a 3 or a 2-day tournament. So Vancouver in 3 days for the men is going to be over 3 days rather than being over 2. And go New Zealand. And I believe that is because they've got the women's fixtures in there as well. But the draw has not quite been announced for that competition. I'm sure it will be in the next couple of days. And thanks, Kiwi. See, it works, Kiss. says Doobie in there. And was this the final? It was. So New Zealand, they take out the gold medal. Go Argentina, says Martin. Yeah, Argentina had a fantastic tournament. Even though they weren't able to get themselves to win in the final, they bet a very tough Samoan outfit. They were able to win up against Fiji. And like that's not an easy path to get through to a final. Go to New Zealand, go, yes. Says a read. Yeah, as well. Nonetheless, we have finished our commentary for the weekend. We did the Six Nations, we did Super Rugby, we've done the LA Sevens, we did a little bit of cricket before the weekend got underway. And now I believe the plan for me is going to be to do a bit of the sleeping for a little while. But we will probably be back for day 5 of the test match between New Zealand and England tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure to tune in for that as well. The voice, as it was said earlier on from Junaid, hydration going to be key. In fact, everyone who's here, why not go and have a glass of water just for fun? You sleep, says Junaid. You believe it or not, I do sometimes, only for little brief periods. Like probably not as much as I should over a weekend, but I'll get my 10 hours or 12 hours tonight, and we'll be fired up, ready to go for the test. Don't leave, says Rugby 02 in there. And moi Kiwi lad, Kiwi kid, and HBO says Octo Dad. And Dan, what a big weekend for you. Enjoy your rest, says Thomas Neil. I don't know what's crazier, the fact that this was a big weekend or the fact that next weekend may even be a little bit bigger compared to this one. Because tomorrow night we are actually going to be covering some of the South Africa versus West Indies match as well. That is going to be kicking off or starting the test match at 9 p.m. tomorrow. So we're hoping to do at least 1 or 2 sessions, maybe even 3. We might go through to 5 a.m. We'll wait and see how we are feeling. But nonetheless, it's been pretty exciting. What's next weekend? So next weekend, I'll quickly grab my phone. It's dead. So I'll grab my other phone. That is cracked, but that's my spare camera, you see. That's the way that I do it. We'll click on the notes. Here we go. So next weekend, at this stage on the schedule, where is it? We're in February, aren't we? There we go. So next weekend, starting with, in fact, we'll start from Monday. So Monday, we're planning on doing day 5 of the matchup between New Zealand and England for the test match. It's going to be probably a couple sessions, if not all 3, depending on how far that one does end up going. And don't leave the All Blacks are going to be bored, please, says Rugby 02. We will go through the schedule first before we head off. And Coke, bye, yes, totally, says Reed. So then on Tuesday, plan, okay, this isn't completely updated because it doesn't have the West Indies versus South Africa test match, but that is on the Tuesday that is going to be taking place. And also on the Wednesday, and I'm going to quickly change to the right schedule so that I can see it. One moment. Schedule. This will be it, is it? No, that's not it. Did I just open that one? Yeah, it was. Wrong one. Okay, it hasn't synced up with my phone yet, so that's why it's not completely up to date. But next weekend is going to be March, isn't it? So we will end up having the... Oh, no, there we are. I was just in the wrong week. Forgive me. I am sleep deprived. So we've got New Zealand versus England tomorrow for the test match, followed by South Africa versus West Indies for their test match. Then on Wednesday, 1st of March, I believe we are going to be covering India versus Australia, some of their test as well, perhaps. Then on Thursday, we have got the NRL match between the Eels and the Storm. Friday, we've got Super Rugby and, of course, the test match cricket kind of carrying on throughout it. Saturday, we've got Super Rugby, bit of the URC in the middle of the night on Sunday with the Stormers versus the Sharks and Bulls versus the Lions. And then also some more NRL on Sunday alongside Super Rugby. So I'd say we'll probably have about maybe 25 hours or probably 20 hours of union streams and whatnot. But then also there's Vancouver Sevens that will be taking place alongside that as well. So it's going to be a busy week, but I'm looking forward to it. These live streams are a lot of fun. I wouldn't stay up for 24 hours straight if I wasn't having a great time chatting away to you guys while watching some fantastic sport. But thank you all very much for tuning in. It's been an enjoyable weekend. Appreciate every single one of you for being here, whether you've been here for 1 minute or you've been here for 10 hours, 20 hours, every second that we've streamed. It's It's hugely appreciated and does make this so much more fun. But thank you all very much for tuning in. Enjoy your rest. Anyone who is now heading to bed, depending on whereabouts you are in the world, it could be 3 a.m. if you are in the Northern Hemisphere. And I will see you all for the next one.